So we have sailed all the way to Papua New Guinea and we've just arrived at a very remote group of islands called the Hermit Islands. This place is far off the beaten track, but we had heard from a fellow sailor that the people here are just the friendliest in the world, so we just had to check it out for ourselves. But on our first night here, I went to take the dogs to the beach and ended up having a little disagreement with a local dog.
So we went over to that island there. There's no one lives on it. We know no one lives on it. So we went to take the dogs and there was a random dog on the island. So we came up with our dogs and I put them both on a leash and then put them on the sand and the other dog just ran away. So I thought, okay, all good. And then our dogs were just playing down the end of the beach and we see the other dog, it's jumped in the water and it's swimming out to sea. And we're just like watching it and it was just going further and further and there's nothing that way for 100 miles. And it was just going. And I felt really bad because I thought he was running away from our dogs and now I don't even know how he got there. I do now. So I leave our dogs on the beach and I go jump in the dinghy and I go out to where this other dog is and I'm trying to get him into the dinghy, but he didn't want to get in. So and he was just still swimming out to sea. I don't know what he would have done if I didn't get him. Like it's getting dark, it's dark now. So I was like, I just got to get him in the dinghy. So I just grabbed him and I threw him in the dinghy and then he attacked me and he grabbed a hold of my arm. He like got me there and this side and then like I got my arm out of his mouth and then he's sitting there growling, so I'm like, he's gonna go again. So I just jumped in the water and he's in the dinghy just growling at me and I'm like in the water. So I climbed up onto the back of the boat and I just like slowly crept in. I'm just like talking to him real nice. So I clicked it again and we're just driving and he's never been in a boat like that. He's probably been in only like canoes before. So we start going fast and he's like, what is this? But I took him all the way to the village over here and I said, and he popped his head up. I said, is this your dog? And they were like, yeah, where's he been? So I returned the dog, but now I should probably clean these.
Yeah, let's get that cleaned.
But I haven't been bitten by a dog at all.
When's your last rabies shot?
Don't know if I've had one.
When's your last tetanus shot?
And I was like 8.
Perfect.
Maybe less.
So the next morning, we went to go meet the family that I'd returned the dog to.
Alright, we're gonna go to land. Meet the locals. See what happens in this little island village of theirs. Then over there is manta rays. I'm gonna go try and make peace with this dog that bit me. To be safe, I jumped on antibiotics last night. Started reading about the dangers of dog bites, especially pretty feral ones like the ones out here. I can guarantee that these dogs have not had any shots, so I'm taking a little bit better care of it than I normally would. Let's go find this dog.
Hello.
Thank you. Are we allowed to come on?
Yeah, you can come on.
So our friends were right. These people were so friendly and gave us a tour of their humble little village. The only electricity they had was solar powered for a couple of lights at night, but that's it. They are completely off-grid and live such a simple life, surrounded by absolute paradise.
Come here, you see Western canoe.
Oh,
Western canoe.
we haven't decided yet. Yeah.
Western style. Then you go.
Wow.
I just found out the dog's name was White Fang, and it's a girl, female, and she was swimming way out there. So I brought her back to here and she jumped out of the dinghy and this is where she came. She's seen us, but she's run away. White Fang.
So yeah, White Fang was pretty feral and not a fan of humans.
White Fang.
So we never got to have that reconciliation that I was hoping for, unfortunately.
White Fang. She said the dog's teeth have poison, so they put pawpaw, which is papaya, leaves on it. They're gonna laugh at me because it's nothing. Look at that! Oh. Looks like nothing now. Now I'm embarrassed. That one.
You have to look really close because it's really small.
It's like, what's wrong with you? Whoa.
Oh, no way.
Wow.
Okay, that's finished.
Thank you. I can feel it working.
This one you take it.
Oh, if we get another one?
Thank you.
Some people from the other village have come to use the boat Wi-Fi. What's in your bucket?
Walk with your bucket.
It's his handbag.
Oh,
that's a water dry bag, dry bucket.
That's smart. Yeah.
So who wants the password?
Yeah.
There you go.
The golden paper.
Next minute the whole village is gonna come. You watch this.
You should get internet now.
They said they haven't had internet since August, so their phones are just lighting up right now. Oh, I can hear the messages. Popular lady. Thank you. Have a look at this. Yeah. Jackpot.
The biggest pineapple I've ever seen.
There's 3. Oh.
So the locals showed much appreciation for the Wi-Fi, and word soon got out that we had Starlink on board, so people started arriving from different islands miles away just to get amongst the Wi-Fi action. They don't get too many visitors out these ways, so they made a book just for sailors who cruise into their waters on their way to and from Indonesia. One of the local men explained that they actually used to have satellite internet once upon a time, but the government cut them off for some reason.
Money?
Yeah, money.
Expensive.
No money.
No money, no honey.
That night we had a bit of a potluck dinner with the locals, but the food we bought was nothing compared to the fresh coconut crab that they had prepared for us.
Hey.
It is such a special experience getting to mingle with remote communities like this, to see how they live and also experience their extreme generosity despite having such modest lives. The kindness of the people of Micronesia has been something I'll never ever forget, and it's always a reminder that so many of the material things that we have in our lives actually mean so little. These people seem to be truly happy just having each other, some food that they've caught or grown, and a roof over their head, which is a very admirable philosophy on life indeed.
Big day today. Been invited to a lunch at a different end of town. Silas has invited us over for lunch. So we're not going to turn up empty-handed, obviously. We're doing a rice dish, which is some sushi. And these things, I don't even know what they're called.
No.
We're so close to the equator right now, it is so hot.
I'm gonna sit down.
Silas, how are you?
Oh, fine.
The sushi was a massive hit with Silas and his family,
Thank you.
and the lunch festivities continued late into the afternoon with a little bit of dancing to top it all off.
Chicken from Hermit.
The next morning at sunrise, we motored over to the other side of the atoll, where Silas had told us we would have a good chance of finding a manta ray. We met another local man there in his canoe, who told us where they usually hang out, and sure enough, a beautiful manta ray came gliding effortlessly right past us. The crew kept snorkeling looking for mantas, while Jamie and I drifted with Parlay, when all of a sudden I heard Beatrice scream crocodile at the top of her lungs.
Yeah, he's coming with the little boat. Come here. They just spotted a crocodile in the water. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was pretty close to it.
Really?
I quickly jumped in the dinghy to pick the crew up, and it turns out there was more than one crocodile in the water.
He's sleeping? Yeah. Oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah.
To my surprise, the boys wanted to stay in the water and spotted a croc cruising deep along the seabed right below us.
He's moving?
He's going right down to
Yeah,
us.
he moves. You can feel that he can be really, really fast.
Oh. Ryan, he's right there at the surface. Oh, he just did that creepy like go down thing.
Yes.
Oh, he's coming.
Yes, really.
I'm not actually joking.
The guys are
No, I'm not joking, he's coming. Look behind you.
I couldn't believe it, but Silun, who was Silas's nephew, was actually swimming around looking for crocodiles.
He's not scared of them.
But I was quite happy staying in the dinghy.
Okay, there's like 4 of them over here.
I think so.
This is wild.
Yes.
So what happened, Beatrice? You were swimming and you thought it was a log?
I thought it was a piece of wood. And I'm like this. I just,
And it was right next to you.
yeah.
That would have been so scary.
Yeah, but doesn't move.
No?
No.
How big
it
was
was just
it?
like this.
How big was he?
Oh, like this, 1 meter.
No, but more than that. It's bigger.
Yeah? Because you went in and saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bigger.
Siloon's just gone swimming, looking for them.
Right here.
He's from Ninigo, which is another group of islands which we're going to next.
Wow, wow.
So I think even this is quite new for him.
One,
All the crocs are just right there. This was meant to be a manta ray station that we were looking for.
And it's actually the crocodile.
Croc village.
We flew the drone later to see if we could spot them and thought that they had all disappeared. But when we went over the footage, we realized that we had flown straight over one right here. Some dolphins then cruised by to say hello before we motored over to a stunning little island on the edge of the atoll. This has got to be up there with one of the most beautiful places we've ever been to.
That was pretty wild. Go looking for manta rays and end up swimming with crocs. So crazy to think that Beatrice was just a couple meters away. She thought it was a log and then saw its legs and everything and realized what it was. And she started yelling out. Me and Jamie were on the boat. And all we heard was like, crocodile, crocodile. So we were like, we don't know if it's a 20-footer or a 2-footer. So we just scrambled through the dinghy and blasted over there. And I saw its head. So then I realized it was a kind of a smaller one. Just got between him and Ryan and Silan. And they didn't really want to get out of the water. They kept swimming. Pretty wild. But anyway, Robert, whose family lives on the bottom end of this island here, he's got a boat that is their main transport to other towns and villages and back over to the mainland, Manus and all of that. And he's got a 60 horsepower that goes on the transom, but it's the transom wasn't strong enough. So it's got these cracks down both sides of the transom and they haven't been able to use it. So I think I've rummaged up enough materials and epoxy. Luckily we got a little bit of this left to hopefully fix it. Hope I got enough resin. And then he can start using it again. So hopefully we get it done. Got the generator up and running again. Let's do this. The dog bite's looking okay. It's a little bit red, but that's where the top teeth went in and the back teeth, bottom teeth went in there. But yeah, don't want to get fiberglass dust in it. Back to the grind.
Let's go to work, 'cause I'm tripping. Gotta work on myself, 'cause I'm falling apart.
What's Jamie doing?
We ripped the sailbag the other night. I think it was the third, I wasn't there, but the third reef got stuck in behind it and somehow it's ripped it. So now I've got to sew it up. It's not going to be the best job, but we don't have a sewing machine, so we just got to probably fix it till we get to Philippines and then we put a nice patch on it. But now it's just a good old hand job. So we'll come back along after this one. Hopefully she lasts.
Well, that's a little bit of boat work in paradise for you. Something that usually happens when you have a boat. But I guess I'll get editing now. It's really, really, really hot in here. We got like 3 fans going, all the hatches open, but it's just overwhelmingly stifling.
Robert, how are you?
We went for manta in the morning.
It's what?
I
Manta, yeah, we only saw one.
One.
Hey boys. Crack. And crack. But this is okay, yeah?
Yeah.
This is a patch.
Yeah.
So I got to work prepping the area that I was going to glass, and as usual, there was way more damage than meets the eye.
Classic boat job scenario here. What looked like a crack. There's actually a massive rotted out bit of wood underneath it that needs filling and glassing again. So that's the starboard one. We'll see what we're dealing with over there.
The other side was just as bad, so So what I thought was going to be 2 crack repairs was turning into me having to glass the entire length of the transom in order for it to be strong enough.
Oh, we're down to the wooden transom here, so we'll have to do at least 3 layers there. But I think we can make this pretty strong. So we just got to fill these holes first. So I'll mix up some Total Boat epoxy with micro balloons, and that's just to fill the holes because we're going to be glassing over it. If you just glass straight over it, you can get air bubbles under it. So fair bit of filling to do, so I'll mix that up now.
So the purpose of the micro balloons is to just thicken up the epoxy resin to form a filler. The more you put in, the thicker it gets. So for something like this, we want it to resemble something like smooth peanut butter. I filled all the little screw holes and everything while I was at it, so that I had a nice smooth surface to glass over without having air bubbles form on me.
Okay, so I filled all the cracks on the transom here. This is actually going to turn out really good, really strong. I made more than I needed of the thickened epoxy, so I've given it to Robert, and he's going to go fill dinghies and canoes and kayaks and longboats. Epoxy's great for filling like a hole in a wooden kayak, for example. So we'll just wait for this to dry. I don't imagine this will take long in this heat, and then we can glass. Nice, man, that's perfect for it. Epoxy loves wood. All right, we're just waiting for the thickened epoxy to kick, but Robert's got some coconut crabs here. Woo!
You see?
So, grab it, Ryan. Feel how strong. This one is massive.
Yeah.
It is huge. Even if you hold it by the back, you can just feel how strong they are. Well, what about this one? Oh shit! Wow! Oh no, they're fighting!
Yeah, they're gonna break each other now.
They're gonna break each other?
Yeah.
This guy is massive. Look at the legs on him. Whoa! Oh man, that is crazy. I think this is the biggest one I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the biggest one.
They can climb trees?
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Not only can they climb trees, but their claws are so strong that they can literally break your finger off.
Oh, you can hear it crunching.
Robert told us a story of one of his relatives who reached into a hole and a coconut crab got a hold of his thumb and wedged itself inside so that the man couldn't pull the crab out.
Oh!
He was stuck with his arm in the hole for a full 24 hours with no one coming to help him, so he eventually had to sacrifice his thumb in the end. Pretty scary stuff.
Wow, man, that is such a powerful animal. Oh!
So to release this, you can hold this.
Ah.
So it's gonna release.
Ah.
Because you always protect the
balls.
balls, yeah. So brother, so this is all yours. If you want to cook, then you can bring it over, you can cook it, or otherwise I can cook it for you.
Okay, what do we got here? Sugar cane.
Yeah, sugar cane.
You grow this here?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Is he eating some?
Yeah.
Tastes good?
Very good.
Whoa, look at all that juice.
Juicy is very sweet.
Nailed
it. Nailed it. It's delicious. It's like a super sweet watermelon.
Brazil. Small sugar cane.
Oh, that is so sweet. So is that what you do? You take the skin off and then you just chew on it? Really sweet, really good.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new here, hit the old subscribe button, and we'll see you next Sunday to see if my glasswork can support his 60 horsepower outboard.
It's a lot of force on the old transom already. You have choke? Yeah, baby!
We also helped Robert build his first ever traditional canoe, so it was a pretty interesting week overall.
This is his first canoe. He's very proud of it. 6 meters. Biggest one in the Hermit Islands.
I told them that if you get this, hold on to 2 chicken, put a knife on the neck and get rid of the feathers, and you eat raw one.